Welcome back. In a previous video, I was talking about fake it until you make it, this phenomenon that we hear about. And Brian Tracy talked about it, and he said, fake it until you make it, and believe that you will and you can do it until you realize your goals. And again, that's a paraphrase of his quote. But a lot of the times we have to pretend that we are confident, because I talked about confidence in a previous video. And sometimes what that takes is actually faking it, actually deciding, well, today I am going to feel like I can achieve whatever it is I want to achieve. Today I'm going to be confident. I'm going to walk into that meeting room and I'm going to make sure that people listen to me. Now, how do we do something like this? And is it bad? Is the big question. The first thing is you have to look the part. So if I go to a business meeting and it's a high-level business meeting, I should wear a suit. Now, if I work in a design company, maybe the attire would be more business casual. So if I walk in with a suit, people are not going to be overly happy because they're going to think, well, this guy's just a corporate bod. But let's go back to going into that meeting. So you have to go into that meeting. You have to walk tall. You have to stand straight. You have to look people in the eye. And you have to start to command that room so that people will take you seriously. Now, if you look around your office, or if you look around your work environment, or even when you're out in the street, look at confident people and see how they dress, see how they walk. Do they walk like slumped down like that with their hands in their pockets, or do they walk tall and proud? They walk tall and proud. Now, I've talked to people who I believe are very confident, and I've asked, how are you so confident? And again, as I mentioned before, sometimes it's surprising. People say to me, actually, I'm not that confident. Actually, I don't feel that confident, but I put on this, I put myself into this state of mind where I feel confident. And a lot of it is just a state of mind, that you have to dress the part and then you have to think the part. Now, if I want to come across as somebody who's into sports, I have to go to the gym and I have to look the part. I have to dress in the right sports gear. A prime example of this actually is when we go to a hospital. Somebody is dressed in a white overcoat, one of these white medical coats, and we immediately assume that they are a doctor because that's the impression that they give. Now, have you ever asked a doctor for their credentials? Of course you haven't, because they're presenting themselves in a certain way. So if you want to be seen as a professional, you dress in a professional manner, you act in a professional manner. Now, the question is, fake it till you make it. Is it wrong? Is it something that you're lying to people or not? And people have this problem. Now, obviously, if you go in to a hospital and you dress like a doctor and you're not a doctor, well then yes, that is wrong. But as long as you're not hurting people, as long as you're trying to do your best, well then I think faking it until you make it is perfect. Now, a couple of things that you can do is you can look at the language that people in your chosen group use. Okay. I was in the educational sector for many, many years. And then I moved into the corporate sector. And in order to be accepted in the corporate sector, I had to use their lingo. And every sector has its lingo. You know the type of stuff if you've worked in the corporate sector. We need to get this across the line, Let's hit the ground running with this project. Are we all on the same page? Okay, there's lots of these buzzwords that we use in the corporate sector. And in order to be accepted and to be seen as one of them, we have to use those buzzwords. So I listen out for buzzwords like this when I go into a new situation. And I learn these buzzwords so that I can actually be accepted quicker. And a lot of this comes back to neurolinguistic programming as well. So faking it until you make it is good, as long as you're not pretending to be an airline pilot or a brain surgeon, because then you're putting people's lives at risk. But you need to think, okay, I want to be more confident. Let me look at confident people and see what I can do to become more confident and to actually act like that person. The more you do it and the more you actually act in this way, it'll actually soon become natural, and then you will be a confident person. I'll talk to you very soon.